After 9/11, as the U.S. foreign policy community started to try to make sense of what had happened, one of the conclusions that was drawn by at least some policy analysts and some policymakers was that the lack of freedom in some parts of the world was a direct cause of the radicalization that was causing people to turn into, violent terrorist actors. And so President Bush decided to make a freedom agenda, promoting freedom in the world, at least nominally or rhetorically, the bulwark of his foreign policy.
The president felt very strongly that our traditional and historic support for autocratic regimes in the Middle East in the name of stability did not bring stability, and in fact it brought us 9/11. It created circumstances where young people felt abandoned, without a future, without hope, and were therefore susceptible to the siren song, if you will, of the jihadis, the extremists, and the terrorists. And that's why President Bush said very clearly, we need to be on the side of freedom, democracy, justice, and self-respect for the people of the Middle East, because that, in the end of the day, was what they would want, and is the only way, over time, at the end of the day, to have really permanent, meaningful stability.
When we intervened to throw over Saddam, I do not believe that it was to tap into the democratic urges of the Iraqi people. I think there was something else going on having to do with remaking the Middle East and starting with Iraq, where we felt we had unfinished business. So I think in the future, going forward, the greater the clarity the administration can have with the American people about the interests it is genuinely pursuing, the better off we'll be.
Well, certainly the association of democracy promotion with the Iraq War was not good for democracy promotion. We've said from the very beginning that democracy has to come from within. All you can do from the outside is provide some assistance to people who are on the ground working for democracy. Now that's happening in Iraq.
When President Obama took office, almost all of the discussion of the democracy agenda was banned. That was no longer a significant goal because it isn't a vital American interest. That changed in the Obama administration, at least in the rhetoric, after the Arab Spring. And the president gave a speech in May of 2011 at the State Department where he talked about American goals in the Arab Spring. And the speech could have been taken out of the back drawer of leftover from the Bush administration. The difference is that President Obama wrote a major loophole into that speech. He said, we're going to promote democracy wherever we can, but there will be times when our interests will have to trump our values.